Hi, you're again with Volleyball Explained Olympics Special, Day 6 of Tokyo 2020 Olympics. Today, our co-host is Kaloyan Kalinkov from the Bulgarian televisions Nova and Diema. Thank you, Kaloyan, for being here. Of course, we've done also a podcast in Bulgarian very recently. So yeah, you are becoming a traditional co-host in the podcast. So today it was Women's Day in Tokyo with the following results. The day started with Italy against Argentina 3-0, routine match for the Italian favorites. Then Korea against the Dominican Republic 3-2 in a fight for fourth place in Pool A. Then we've had Serbia against Kenya, another easy victory for the Serbians, 3-0. Then probably the most interesting match today. Okay, one of both. Most interesting matches today. China against Russia. Another defeat for the Chinese team, and they are on the brink of elimination. Then Brazil beat easily the host from Japan, and at the end, another great match between the teams of USA and Turkey, 3-2 for the team of the head coach, Coach Kirai. Let's start with China against Russia. First of all, I would like to ask you, are you surprised in general from what China is doing? Because it's, at least for me, is very, very strange, awkward what is happening.
Well, first, thanks for the invitation. It's a pleasure for me to make volleyball comments for you and for your podcast. And what about the China and Russia? Of course, we talked about Chinese national team during the League of Nations in Rimini. We expected China to be a strong favorite for the Olympic title after what they done in the final matches in Rimini. But I don't know. All expectations going wrong because, as we saw today, first of all, I will read some Facebook comment after the match. Very interesting. So, without Tinju, China is nothing. Not like Brazil, not like USA. They have a really lot of good players at top level. My opinion is exactly the same. We all saw that Tinju in the last games of China is below her top level, mostly in attack, because like the statistics said to us, Tinju today is
17 points, I believe.
Yeah, but from attack is 15 from 44 attacks. So it's really under her level. I think the main problem of China is that Inju is not good enough in attacking these games. Yeah. And I really think that it's high time she returned to Europe. We all remember what she has done in the Vakov Bank. So I think she's 26 years old right now. So it's really time to return in the European championships. So in my opinion, this is the main reason China is struggling in these Olympic Games. Of course, they still had a chance to qualify for the quarterfinals, but it will be really tough because they have a match against Italy. So it's unpredictable.
Yeah, talking about tactics and strategy during the game, I believe that one of the biggest problems of China is their lack of serve power. They didn't cause any problems for Russia, but talking about Russia, the numbers in scoring show something I haven't ever seen actually, with the three outside hitters of Russia having over 25 points with the 17 years old Fedorovtseva with 28, the opposite Natalia Goncharova 27, and Voronkova with 26, which is amazing. With the middle blockers, the middle blockers didn't almost attack, which could and actually caused problems for Russia in the previous matches. Like for example, in the previous match, I mean, they beat easily Argentina, but of course lost to Italy. So that's symptomatic for them. But this team can be even better with more diverse attack, especially of course the attack in the middle. But still, it's a strange thing that there have some inexperienced player like Fedorovtseva, but yeah, she's very good, and the fact that they beat China surprised me. But taking into account what we've seen at the court, it's not just that surprising.
Yeah, of course, I am agree with you. We saw good things from Russia in the VNL. Well, they had a chance till the last moment almost qualify for the top 4 in the VNL. But here, yeah, like you said, Fedorovtseva, Goncharova, and Voronkova, not so high percentage in attack, around 40-50% maybe, but enough, really enough, because this huge help from all outside hitters. As you say, no balls in the middle for the middle blockers, but let me say 14 blocks, traditionally strong Russian element. Well, of course, what we can say about Fedorovtseva, huge star in the modern volleyball. I believe that she will be maybe in the top 3 best outside hitters in the world after some years. Yeah. And Russia beat China, although their head coach Sergio Busato, because I should say that I'm not a huge fan of Busato. So.
Yeah, I believe that you're not the only one, because I think that in the second episode of Volleyball Explained Olympic Special, Radoslav Arsov also mentioned something along these lines. Okay, let's go to the next dramatic match today between the teams of US and Turkey. Great match, I would say, by both teams. The US team started with 2-0, then Turkey equalized, and at the end in the tiebreak, and the team of Karaçkiray prevailed. But after a total domination in the first 2 sets, the US team started being a little bit hesitant. They did more errors and lost their intensity during the game. Reversely, this traditional double substitution of Giovanni Guidetti substituting Kozbai and Karakourt with Meryem Bos and Nasai Demir Akyo helped a lot of the team. But then Kirai at the fourth set and in the tiebreak counterattacked with Andrea Drus instead of Jordan Thompson, and I believe that was one of the main factors for the US team winning the tiebreak and eventually the match.
Yeah, let's start about the advantage of the USA 2-0. Specialists say that 2-0 is the most insecure advantage in the volleyball. So let's start from then. What we should say about this match? I'm really impressed by Meryem Bos. Okay, not only from their performance, but also from the last matches of Turkey, because as we can see in the statistics, 19 points, 17 from 39 in attack. So fantastic match for Meryem Bos. But the problem which Giovanni Guidetti has with outside hitters like Kandeba, Ledin, and Meliha is it's very, very huge in my opinion, because okay, Hande today made some good things in attack. We can see 13 from 32 attacks, but Melija is, I don't know.
He substituted Melija for Seymar Can, and actually Seymar Can was there only to receive almost. She received very few balls in attack, almost didn't attack. And I believe that on this level, this is not enough. I remember times when the Bulgarian national team men played in a very similar way with, I believe in the beginning of this century with Daniil Mikhailov. It was very similar thing. He's almost, or she is in this case, Ercan, almost there only to receive, and only in very few cases on perfect receptions, or just in cases where it's no other option for attack.
Yeah, in my opinion, it's not acceptable in this kind of level, but they cannot attack high balls, you know.
Yeah.
And Hande and Melija cannot attack high balls. They can attack only perfect balls, fast balls, super balls. So congratulations to Miriam Boss, of course, as I said. But this was the main difference today. Again, like the final in the VNL against Brazil, Kashkirli made a fantastic substitution with Andrea Drews. Big variety for Kirli among the substitutions again helped him to win this game.
Yeah, and Kelsey Robinson also entered the game with the Kimberly Hill probably not in their best, not in her best shape. She even made one incredible error by stepping on the end line when serving on a serve from the floor. So it was just ridiculous for watching, and the commentators also noted that. Okay, it's for sure for me that the US team will. Okay, it's not for sure because they will play Italy. So the winner from Italy and the US team will be first in this group. So the US team will be either first or second. But Turkey is an interesting example because they started with a great win against the team of China, but then they had this two very hard matches against Italy and the US. So they now will face Argentina and Russia, and I believe that they should be through in the quarterfinals. Okay, let's go to Japan, Brazil. Easy win for Brazil. Let's mention firstly that the starting setter Macris Carneiro got injured in the third set, and it's not sure for now how much time she should be out of the court. So we hope that she's going to be back very soon. But for the game of Macris in this match is very indicative that 4 players of Brazil had more than 10 points, actually 10 points or more, with Fegaray, Ana Carolina, the middle blocker, the other middle blocker, Gatas, and Gabi Guimarães. But what is concerning, I believe, for Brazil, that you have you won 3-0, you have 4 players with double digits, but no one of these players is the opposite Tandara, who has a very weak tournament so far. If she doesn't start playing better in the next matches, probably Brazil wouldn't have a chance, for example, against Serbia.
Yeah, firstly to say, much easier win for Brazil than the semifinal in the VNL. They against Japan.
Yeah. I believe they lost a set there, or not?
They lost it. Yeah, they lost it. Yeah, it was a tough match. So today, much easier win for them. But as you said, a very weak tournament for Tandara. I think that this weak performance for her started from the VNL final when she was really tired and Roberto tried to change the things with Rosa Maria, but it just could not happen. So Roberto really needs a second choice on this position. As we can see, Rosa Maria is not enough high level for this kind of team. So as you said, it will be a really huge problem if Tandara does not start playing in the coming matches. But of course, compliments for Macris. We can see. I can't remember when I last saw that the two middle blockers are with them more points than the opposite and the one outside hitter. So really compliments for the distribution of Macris, and I hope he will be okay and available for the next Brazil match. As for the Japan, not the best match for Ishikawa, the main scorer. Only 11 from 40 attacks, so below her level.
Yeah.
And of course, good, good Brazilian block, good organization in the Brazilian block. So really easy win for the Brazil, and they expected really the battle for the first place.
Okay, the next match, Italy against Argentina, 17 points for Paola Egonu. Honestly, I was a little bit surprised that she didn't receive any rest in this match. Unlike, for example, Miriam Siwa didn't play in the match, Pietrini and Busetti did. Rotation also in the setter position. Ofelia Malinov played one set with Alessia Oro the other two, and also rotation after the second set of the middle blockers with Davide Mazzanti preferring Danesi and Far instead of Kirikewa and Folia. So Kirikewa and Folia also received their playing time in this match. Argentina is the ultimate outsider in this group, so nothing special. Italy with 9 points, and the match against the US team will decide who will be first or second in this group.
Yeah, one very bad news for China, because the battle between Italy and USA will have some effect over China team, because Italy will play maybe their best team against China. So really bad news for China, because one negative result against Italy will mean that China will not qualify for the quarterfinals. But for the Italy performance as a whole and against Argentina, I expected victory. I think that Paola Egonu should start every game, because Mazzanti knows that she will perform at top level if she play every match. It's really important for every opposite. I think that he can make some changes in the setters position, in the middle blockers, in the outside hitters. But for me, it's really important the opposite to play really every match. Okay, he can substitute her for 4 or 5 points, but it's really important for the form of Egonu, because she's such a kind of player that she should play every match.
Yeah, it's interesting that if we compare the Italy and the US bench, it's interesting that, for example, the US team has, at least in my opinion, slightly the better bench, because they have a even opposite like Andrea Drews, and I believe that they have also the better outside hitters, at least in attack, with Larsen and Barch. Heckley with Busetti, especially not convincing on high ball, for example, and Pietrini not that experienced. So probably in terms of bench, the US team has this advantage, but in terms of starting lineup, I don't know if Egonu can make the difference. Probably now she can. The problem I mentioned also in one of the previous podcasts is that probably at the end of the tournament she will be tired, as happened during the 2018 World Championship, especially in the final against Serbia. Okay, next match, I don't believe we need to spend too much time there because Serbia again 3-0, another 3-0 win for them, third in a row. And unlike Paola Egonu and unlike Davide Mazanti, Zoran Terzic gave Boskovic rest for half of the match, and Bjelica received playing time. Rest also for Maja Ognjenovic and Milena Rasic. And reversely, Brankica Mihajlovic played her first full match after that injury, and probably that was a very good decision by Zoran Terzic, because in this easy match for Serbia is the best possible way just to enter the tournament, enter the court, and start finding her shape, because we know she's able to do great things on the court.
As Zoran Terzic chose a different tactic for his roster, but I think that not only me, not only you, but everyone thinks that Serbia is among the strong favorites to win the Olympic Games, not only for the individuals they have, but for the team spirit. Because I follow every story on the social media or every photo. In every one of them, it's easy to see that the team spirit is a very high level in the Serbian team. It's normal for Maja Ognjenovic to receive the rest because of her age and because of the heavy season she had in Vakuf Bank, so long season. But I think that Kenya is a much weaker side than Argentina, so Zoran Terzic for sure can give rest to his best players.
And the last match, Korea against the Dominican Republic, 3-2. Here is a fight for third or fourth place, because we have also Japan with Japan. They lost to Brazil, they lost to Serbia, and they won their first match against their second match, I believe, against Kenya. So the Dominican Republic probably will beat Kenya, and then they will play Japan. And if they win 2 times, probably they're going to have a chance to qualify for the quarterfinals, since also they won 1 point against Brazil. So this is going to be very crucial for them. So it could be that Japan can be out even in the group stage, which will be a great surprise, because there will be also a match between Korea and Japan. So everything can happen between these three teams, and Kenya will be the 6th team in the group stage for sure.
It will be a great surprise for me, as what I saw in the VNL month ago, because Japan showed really impressive volleyball. Not the same for the South Korea, but I thought when I saw the groups for the Olympic Games, the first mind in my head was that Japan will 100% in the quarterfinals. But now the current situation is not the same, so they should fight with South Korea and of course with the Dominican Republic. Of course, Dominican Republic shows some very good volleyball matches in the VNL, so I expect for this team, of course, to beat Kenya and still have a chance for top 4. But I believe that Japan is really the strong favorite to earn this 4th position.
Okay, before ending this episode of Volleyball Explained Olympics Special, let's mention what is going to happen tomorrow, with the day starting with Canada against Venezuela, of course, a men's day. Then one of 2 big derbies, or probably even the biggest of the day, between the teams of Brazil and the US. Japan will play Poland, another interesting match. Argentina probably will beat Tunisia in the fourth match of the day, Italy against Iran, and at the end of the day, Russian Olympic Committee against France, with the shape of Russia and the shape of France. We can easily imagine what is going to happen in this match, but still Russia had sometimes problems with France, so everything can happen, and it depends probably on how Erwin Gapet is going to wake up tomorrow.
Yeah, of course, the Russian Olympic Committee and France will be the best match for watch for all the people around the world. But I think that the Russian team is really it's top level in the Olympic game. I saw the match against Brazil. Fantastic play by the Thomas Samuel players. I can't remember when I last saw Russia play like this. I mean, not only in attack and also in the serve and in the block. So I think that Russia is a strong favorite against the France. Huge problems for Erwin Gapet, like we spoke with you about the Benjamin Tenuti, his problems in this season. So I expect to see Antoine Brizard as a starting setup for France.
Yeah, Brizard started the match against Argentina. They lost, so yeah.
Yeah, but okay. I expect again to start. And it depends really on the form of and mood from Erwin Gapet. Sure. So this is the really great match. We will watch it.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. Yeah.
Okay, I believe that this enough for today. Thank you again for your expert opinion on the matters happening in Tokyo, in the women's as well as the men's tournaments. Here's probably the time to say that if you have some ideas, you have some questions to us and to the experts who are co-hosting the podcast, you can always of course write it in the comments. I'm very grateful to your comments about the different topics and the different matches and different everything that happens in Tokyo. So if you're somebody who hasn't still subscribed to this channel, please do, and share our content with your friends who are interested in volleyball. Thank you again for watching or listening to the podcast. If you do this in Spotify or the other podcast platforms, and I hope you're going to do it also the next time. Bye bye.